Paloma Faith's Faith in Art, with album artists David Standish, Finlay McKay, Alice Hawkins and Saul, takes place at the Gallery on Redchurch Street from the 28th of November to the 1st of December. Paloma Faith sits down with album artists to discuss her forthcoming London exhibition, Faith in Art.
I'm excited for people to come and see them and celebrate them in the context of what I always intended, which was to make beautiful artwork. And I think that that's a rare thing nowadays in music, and it's a very important thing for me, especially with the digital age where you've got to create an image that's this big and still make it striking. Rather than just go, right, I give up, I'm just going to put a picture of my face, I've gone, well, I have to make it even more brilliant. With Soul, I've known him for a long time. I've known him since I was 18, and we've got a familiarity, and also he shoots me in my live situation. So it's just about the fact with him that I trust him, and more than I trust any other photographer really, to get me in the heat of the moment and also within my right angles, which is the bane of a woman's life. And then with Finlay, obviously that was my first experience of shooting an album cover, and it was all new to me. I'd worked with him before when I was in the cabaret world, and sort of had a lasting memory about how dynamic he is as a photographer. He's very physical, and he shouts a lot, and he's kind of almost like a director himself, which feels familiar to me because I come from a theatre background, so I was kind of excited about doing that. And then working with David really was quite beautiful because there's a poetry about him and what he does, and I think you can see it in his work, but he's very sensitive, and it was a really great combination in a sense because this album was highly emotional for me, and I felt very vulnerable at the time because I'd written a lot of songs that I dug quite deep to kind of create. So I felt honoured to meet David and instantly knew he'd be perfect, not just based on what he'd done before, but also because of his sensitivity, as he's like a painter himself. So all three very different experiences for different reasons.
Right. And why should people come and see the exhibition?
I think that I would love people to come and see the exhibition because I think that when I was co-creating these works with the photographers that I worked with, I always had it in mind that these images would be celebrated, and you really get a chance to see them and the intricacies and the sort of depth of these images at this scale in a way that you don't otherwise get to see.
Buy Paloma Faith's art at www.albumartists.co.uk.